Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful ponytown news update video. Today we have version 0.112.0 alpha. It's always a mouthful, but this update brought us a lot of new cosmetics, as you can see in this little GIF that's playing here. There is new shoes. They're doing some kind of contest about having bigger shoes, I guess. But there's also bracelets, necklaces, new manes, and even new tails for your ponies, including some very interesting cosmetic items that we'll get to here in a moment. But here's everything in this list of changes. There's also another update that came out a little bit before this, probably about a week before this, that I also want to go over, which introduced a bunch of new items. But for now, they added 7 new leg accessories, 5 new manes, plus 2 variants of some of those manes, 5 tails, plus 4 variants of some of those tails. I'll explain the variants here in a second when we go over the actual items. 4 back manes with 3 variants, 1 new necklace with 2 variants. They also added single-sided variants for 12 back manes, so they're adding a lot of variants to the existing manes and items and stuff. They also improved animations for some pants, improved lying animation for default sleeves, changed some back manes to be variants of each other, etc. They also fixed griffin claws not displaying correctly when combined with leg warmers. This bug has existed for a very long time, so it's kind of crazy to see that they're finally addressing it and fixing it, as well as all the other griffin claws, such as clipping griffin claws bugs, such as clipping through some sleeves and clipping through leg accessories and leg warmers, all that other kind of stuff. All of that should be fixed now. But let's go ahead and talk about some of those cosmetic changes. So if we go over to edit our character, we can start over in the mains. There is a lot of new mains here, guys. So here are a bunch of the new mains. I'm not going to go over every single main and share my opinions on each and every single one of them, but some of them are kind of cool. I really like a lot of them. But onto the variants of what I was talking about before. If you notice, some of the mains have 3 dots in the bottom right corner of them. If you click that, it actually gives you variant options right underneath your main. For example, this one does not have main variants, so if I click it, no main variants appear here. I can just change the color pattern. But if I click something like this, or even one of these new ones, there's different main variants. Some of the variants are kind of hard to tell, such as this one, but there are differences. For example, there is a little tuft of hair at the top, but not on this one, so I can choose between those. Obviously, I have a plushie on my head, so you can't really see it that well. But a lot of these are very similar to that, where it's just, hey, there's a bit of tuft of hair on one part, but it's not on this part. That's basically what it pretty much comes down to. Again, like, some of them are really hard to tell. This one is one of the hardest to tell, but you have like 2 tufts of hair here, and then you have 2 tufts of hair, 1 tuft of hair, back and forth, back and forth. It kind of becomes a little bit easier to tell and everything. But let's revert Skella back to her original state and move on to some of the back mains, because there are some new back mains, as well as variants of those as well. And that's exactly what variants are, basically. As you click them, if they have 3 dots next to them, it'll allow you to choose between 2, maybe even in the future 3 or 5 or something like that. Hopefully in the future we get a ton of variants on some of the mains, which will be a lot of fun. Onto the tails, there are new tails as well. Again, some of these have variants and stuff to them, so keep that in mind. Even some of the old ones might. I'm not 100% sure which exactly are the new ones, because they add them all the time, and it's kind of hard to tell where the new ones begin and where the old ones begin. So some of the old ones might also have variants to them, so keep that in mind. But let's move on to some of the items, because this is where a lot of the new items, a lot of the new stuff is. For example, we have some new necklaces, or at least 1 new necklace. There's all kinds in here. Again, I'm not 100% sure what is the new one. It might be this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure which one is the new. But some of these also have variants. As you can see, there's a ton here. A lot of the times with the necklaces, it's just going to make a longer version of it. But on to legs, there is a bunch of new leg accessories. For the longest time in the game, all we had were socks, which ultimately got, honestly, probably should have got deleted after so long, because we basically got these in the form of leg patterns. But anyway, I digress. We should get more color patterns for these, because the leg patterns kind of make the socks useless. But anyway, we also had the leg warmers, but after that we didn't have anything for the longest time. But now we have all kinds of new shoes here. We have little short shoes, baby shoes maybe, if you want to call them that, some sneakers maybe, if you wanted to call them that, and then like full-on leg boots. Like, it goes all the way up. And then we have some wristbands, this ring or watch or something, and finally we have these spiked cuffs. They finally did it. They finally broke down and gave us those spiked cuffs. So Skella, I had to spend a lot of time updating all of my Skellas to give her spiked cuffs that she's always meant to have, but never could get. Now, of course, these also have all kinds of special patterns and things that you can do with them and stuff like that, so feel free to have fun with that. Do whatever you feel is necessary for that. But that is it for all of those changes, but I want to go over the last update, the version 0.111.0, which added a handful of new items and also some new mechanics. And then also, before I go over that, I guess I should talk about the development team, because it's changing all the time, and I think it's been a very long time since I made any kind of video talking about the change on the development team. We have a couple of new people here that are probably not really necessarily new, but we have Turncoat here, who is, I guess, moving from Ashestown over to this. I don't know if they're still working on both or not, but Turncoat used to do some stuff for Ashestown, or probably is still doing stuff for Ashestown, but now they're over here as additional development for Ponytown. Now, I'm pretty sure Sigmath was also a newer one. Again, these aren't technically new. They've been on the team for a while. I just haven't made an update video in a really long time, so bear with me on that. But I'm pretty sure Sigmath and Turncoat are your new developers there. And of course, we always had our moderation team pretty much the same. I think Scatter might be a little bit newer. Again, it's kind of hard to remember because it's been forever, but let's go over those changes for version 0.11.0. They added 3 new spring music tracks to the main map: Short Sleeve, Blossom, and Bench, which only plays at night. I'm not going to play those soundtracks for you now, but I'm sure you can go into Ponytown yourself and check them out. They also added the ability to put any held item on tables, counters, and sitting spots when on public maps. Now again, this is very important on public maps. If you're on your island, you still can't put stuff on your table, which is really annoying, but baby steps, I guess, is how we should look at that. They also added the ability to placing held items outside of original fixed spots, so there's a handful of new spots you can place some items down. They added the ability to fill place cups by interacting with them, added ability to carry banana peel on a plate, added ability to hold empty variants of gifts, and they added a bunch of new items that you can place down, which is this right here. These are all the gifts. We have a ton of different gifts, and of course you can change the color of each and every single one of them to just about any kind of color you want. There is a lot of different gifts. They all have like weird different names. For example, this one is called a heart box for some reason, which doesn't make any sense because it's very round. If you don't believe me, I will put in heart. It's round. I don't know why heart gift is a very round thing. I guess maybe they're going for an anatomically correct heart, maybe? Or maybe they meant to make this one the heart-shaped box, but for some reason they did not do that. Because if you ask me, it's called a dessert gift. If you ask me, that's shaped more like a heart than the heart box. I don't know if they accidentally swapped the names there or what happened, but it is what it is. We have a bunch of new gifts that you can place on your island. Previously, you would have to get these by going to the main map or going to your party island, getting some wrapping paper, and then clicking on another item to collect it. But now you can place these as empty variants, and if you pick them up and try to open them, it says this gift is empty, and you can be very sad about it. We also got new lion grapes. This is actually kind of crazy to think about, the fact that we went this long without having grapes placeable on our island, and of course you can change these to be the other variants, the purple variant, I mean. But we also have slightly sparse grapes, then we have very sparse grapes, and then we have the grape stem, which used to be basically impossible to get because you would have to have someone else help you get it, basically. And then we have some ropes that we can place on the ground now, which I think is really cool. I think they are still missing the opportunity to have these be like basically straight lines and allow us to have like a hanging variant of them or something like that, because having straight lines like that could be very useful for a lot of things. And of course we have a banana peel. Now the important thing about this to note is that there's actually 2 variants of this. There's like one that's like flat like this, almost looks like toes or something like that. And then if you hit shift or escape or something like that, you can get the other one, which is very like Mario Kart or something like that. We also got some laying variants of items that used to exist, such as this heart note right here. This is actually a laying variant, which we never had before, and a laying bread peel, which again, we never had before. Previously, you had to have it standing like this or have it hanging like this. And of course, the jug thing, which I think is really cool, or rather the interaction with being able to pour stuff in here. If you get a kettle and then interact with a cup, it will actually fill that cup. It's not working for some reason. Am I doing it wrong? Also, real quick, since I am going to the bakery real quick to see if this is broken, you can now place stuff on tables like this, or even if I come over here and grab like a tool or something like that, I can even put that on the table. Or if I want to put it on a different hangout spot, or maybe on these benches, I can just throw it on the bench right there. There's a lot of new places you can put stuff, basically. Just have fun exploring the map and finding those places for yourself, I suppose. Come on down here and then interact with it. It fills it up. There you go. See, it works. You just can't do it on your party island for some reason. That's really weird. I don't know why the interaction is like that. I thought you could do it on your island. I guess the fill place cups by interacting with them while holding a teapot or kettle. It does not specify that you have to be on a main map to do it, which is kind of sneaky if you ask me. But now if you wanted to roleplay and actually do refills, you can technically do that now. And that's a fun thing. You can also do it with the kettle. If I can even find a kettle in this place. It's so too chaotic and there's stuff everywhere. Out of my way. That motherfucker picked it up at the same time I was going to pick it up. How dare you? I'm trying to oh, he put it back down. Oh shit, that's right. I gotta replace the cup. There's so many steps involved. And of course, tea kettle, cup, green stuff. And on my way back to the island, I will share another spot. If you see a log, there's usually placeable spots in front of it or near it. For some reason, this one does not have one, but there you go. You can put one in front of the cushions now. Okay, so I went back to my island because there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is this mess down here. If you go to your build menu and you type in gift box, there is actually two items now called gift box. You have gift box, which is of course this thing right here, and you have gift box, which is of course the new gift box placeable. I'm pretty sure this is an oversight. I'm not sure if they're aware of it. Surely by now they're aware of it because it's been like an update and a half now since they've actually done it. So we have two different things called gift box now, which is really confusing. I don't know what they're going to do with this. I'm pretty sure they'll probably rename this item versus renaming these, because these are actually a gift box. These are gift boxes, or a gift box in a box or something like that, or a crate of gifts or something like that. I don't know what they're going to rename it to, but just keep that in mind if you're ever going through the build menu or something like that, or if you're doing something and gift box comes up. Who knows what you're talking about. But that's going to do it for the update video. That's all the changes from the last two updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of like the gifts and maybe the banana peel and just the two updates in general. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.